Level 1. The Believer. You are 19 years old. You live in your mother's apartment. The walls are thin. The rent is late again. You sleep on a mattress on the floor. Your phone is cracked. It is the only thing you own that matters. You scroll at 2 in the morning. A man on the screen stands in front of a rented Lamborghini. He tells you that school is a scam. He tells you that a job is slavery. He tells you that he was broke, just like you. He says he found a secret. He says the secret costs money. You believe him. You want to believe him so badly it hurts. Your mother works 2 jobs. She comes home smelling like the diner. You have watched her count coins on the kitchen table to decide which bill gets paid this week. You watch her feet swell. You promise yourself you will save her. The man on the screen says you can. He sells a course for $400. You do not have $400. You put it on a credit card you should not have. You feel sick when you click buy. You also feel hope for the first time in years. The course is 40 videos. Most of them are about mindset. One of them is about a business model called dropshipping. You watch all of them twice. You take notes in a cheap notebook. You feel like you have joined something. You feel like you finally have a plan. You watch other students post their wins in a private group. Screenshots of sales, photos of new cars. You do not know the screenshots are mostly fake. You only see proof that it works for someone. If it works for them, it can work for you. You do not realize yet that the plan was never the product. You were the product. The man got his $400. That was the whole business. But you do not see that. Not yet. You stay up every night building a store nobody visits. You are addicted to the feeling of finally becoming someone other than the broke kid on the floor. The cycle has already begun. Level 2. The Affiliate. Your store fails. You lose money you did not have. But you learned something the course never taught you. The real money was not in selling products. The real money was in selling the dream of selling products. You watched the man who sold you the course. You studied how he did it. He had a link. Every time someone bought through his link, he got a cut. They called it affiliate marketing. You signed up to promote his course to other people. You became a salesman for the thing that drained your bank account. You feel a small flicker of guilt. You push it down. You are 20 years old now. You need this to work. You make videos with your cracked phone. You stand in front of your mother's beige wall. You say the same things the man said to you. You tell strangers that a job is slavery. You tell them you were broke just like them. It is technically true. You post 10 videos a day. Most of them get nothing, a few hundred views. Then one video hits. 50,000 views overnight. Your phone buzzes with comments. Some people call you a scammer. You ignore them. 3 people buy through your link. You make $120 while you sleep. You stare at the number on the screen. Something changes in you that night. You understand the machine now. You do not need a good product. You need attention and a link. You need people who are desperate and hopeful. You were one of them 6 months ago. Now you know how to find them. You realize the saddest truth of the whole business is that the perfect customer is a younger version of yourself. You learn to speak in a certain rhythm. You learn which words make people click. Words like freedom. Words like passive income. Words like financial independence. You learn that fear sells better than facts. You learn that a fake smile reads as confidence on camera. A man messages you asking if the course really works. You feel a knot in your stomach. You tell him it changed your life. You send him your link. He buys. You never hear from him again. You wonder for a moment if he is okay. Then you make another video. You start making a few $100s a month. You drop out of community college. Your mother cries when you tell her. She does not understand. You tell her you will buy her a house one day. You almost believe it yourself. You move out of her apartment. You rent a small room near the highway. You hang a ring light on the wall. This room is your studio now. This is where you build the next version of yourself. Level 3. The Course Creator. Promoting other men's courses made you a follower. You wanted to be the leader. You realize the man at the top keeps most of the money. The affiliate keeps the scraps. So you decided to make your own course. You are 22 now. You have 8,000 followers. It is not a lot. It is enough. You film a course in a single weekend. You barely know the subject yourself. That does not matter. You only need to know slightly more than your buyer. You call it a system. You give it a name with the word blueprint in it. People trust the word blueprint. You charge $200. You write a sales page full of promises. You promise results you cannot guarantee. You use screenshots of earnings. Some of them are real. Some of them are borrowed from a friend. You tell yourself everyone does this. You launch on a Tuesday. You sell 19 copies in the first hour. You make more in one day than your mother makes in a month. You feel powerful. You also feel a strange emptiness. You ignore the emptiness. The buyers message you. They ask for help. They followed your steps and nothing happened. You realize the steps do not really work for most people. They never could. The math only works if you are the one selling the course. You start to understand the pyramid you are standing on. You are no longer at the bottom. There are people below you now, and their hope is the raw material your entire income is quietly built on. You meet a girl at a marketing meetup. Her name is Dana. She believes in you completely. She thinks you are a genius. You like how that feels. You start dating. She helps you edit videos. She helps you answer customer messages. You tell her the dream. The house, the cars, the freedom. She wants to build it with you. You are not alone anymore. You raise your price to $400. You add a few new videos. You call it a relaunch. The same buyers come back for more. You learn that selling to existing fans is easier than finding new ones. You learn that hope is a renewable resource. You start collecting testimonials. You ask happy buyers for video reviews. You feature only the winners on your page. The hundreds who failed stay invisible. The page becomes a wall of success that does not really exist. People see the wall and they trust it. You learn that trick from the man who sold you your first course. You are getting good at this now, maybe too good. Level 4. The coach. The course sold itself once, and then sales slowed. A recorded video is cheap. People stop valuing cheap things. You needed a way to charge more. So you invented coaching. You are 24 now. You tell your audience that videos are not enough. You tell them they need personal guidance. They need accountability. They need you. You open 10 coaching slots. You charge $2,000 each. They sell out in a day. Suddenly, you are making $20,000 a month. You and Dana move into a real apartment. It has a balcony. You buy a nicer camera. You buy your first watch. It is not expensive, but it looks expensive on camera. The coaching is mostly phone calls. You listen to grown men tell you their dreams. You listen to single mothers explain their debt. You give them advice you found on the internet that morning. Some of them actually do okay. Most of them do not. You start to recognize a pattern. The ones who succeed would have succeeded anyway. The ones who fail blame themselves, not you. That is the genius of the model. You take the credit for the winners. You blame the mindset of the losers. You sleep fine most nights. Some nights, you do not. One client is a retired man on a fixed income. He spent his savings on your group program. He calls you, hopeful, every single week. He is not getting results. He is too proud to ask for his money back. You keep him enrolled. You tell yourself he is learning valuable lessons. You know he is just lonely and wants someone to talk to. You let him pay for that. You have become a man who sells comfort to the desperate and calls the invoice a transformation. You raise your price again. You bundle the coaching into a group program. Now you coach 50 people at once for $2,000 each. The math is beautiful. The work is the same. You are not selling a skill anymore. You are selling belonging. People do not pay to learn. They pay to feel like they are on the inside. You learn that loneliness is your best customer. You marry Dana in a small ceremony by a lake. Your mother comes. She still does not fully understand what you do. She tells her friends you work in marketing. You let her believe a softer version of the truth. You are building something now. You can feel the momentum. You start thinking bigger. You start thinking about the men above you, the ones with private jets in their videos. You want what they have. You decide you will climb until you stand exactly where those men in the videos stand. Level 5, the closer. Coaching 50 people drained you. You wanted fewer clients, paying more money. The men at the top taught you a secret. The real money is high ticket. You are 27 now. You build something called a mastermind. You charge $25,000 to join. You promise access to a private network of winners. You promise to personally mentor a chosen few. You make it sound exclusive. Exclusivity is just scarcity wearing a suit. To sell something that expensive, you cannot rely on a video. You need salespeople. You hire your first closer. He used to sell used cars. He is very good on the phone. You teach him the script. The script is built on emotion. You find the prospect's pain. You make the pain feel urgent. You make them imagine a better life. Then you offer the solution when they feel weakest. You call it serving them. You both know what it really is. You train your closer to never let a no be final. If they cannot afford it, tell them to put it on a card. If they hesitate, tell them their fear is holding them back. If they need to ask their wife, tell them winners decide alone. You package pressure as motivation. It works almost every time. Your closer takes 10%. You keep the rest. One sale pays your rent for half a year. You host a live event in a hotel ballroom. 100 people pay to attend. You walk on stage to loud music, smoke machines, a countdown clock. You tell your story. The broke kid, the mother with swollen feet, the cracked phone. You leave out the parts that do not sell. The crowd believes every word. Some of them cry. You sell $40,000 of seats from the stage in 20 minutes. Dana watches from the back. She is pregnant now. You hold the microphone and you feel like a king. That night you sit alone in the hotel room. You count the money alone in the dark. You feel the emptiness again. It is bigger now. The emptiness grows in exact proportion to the money, as if the two things were always secretly the same. You have more than you ever dreamed of. You feel less than you ever expected. You do not tell Dana. You do not tell anyone. You tell yourself, this is the price of winning. You buy a bigger house. Your son is born in the spring. You hold him in the hospital and you promise to protect him. You promise he will never sleep on a floor. You mean it more than you have ever meant anything. Level 6. The operator. Selling masterminds made you rich. It also made you the bottleneck. Every dollar still depended on you being on stage. You wanted a machine that ran without you. You are 31 now. You build an agency. You hire a sales team of 12 closers. You hire setters who book the calls. You hire editors, writers, and ad buyers. You have 40 people on payroll. You run paid advertising to strangers all day long. The ads find the desperate at scale. A man scrolling at 2 in the morning sees your face. He sees the rented jet. He sees the promise. He books a call. Your machine does the rest. You remember being that man. You were 19 and broke and hopeful. Now you are the one on the screen. You do not think about it for very long. You expand into done-for-you services. You promise to build people's businesses for them. They pay you $10,000 up front. Sometimes your team delivers. Sometimes they deliver something that barely works. The contracts are written carefully. The refunds are nearly impossible. You have a lawyer now. He keeps you out of trouble. You learn that the right paperwork can make a weak product legal. You learn that complaints are just a cost of doing business. You learn to never read the negative reviews yourself. A woman emails your support team in tears. Your agency took her $10,000 and built a website that never sold anything. She is a single mother, like yours once was. Your team sends her the template apology and points to the contract. You see her name in a report weeks later. You feel nothing for a second. Then you feel everything. You close the report. Her name joins a long list of people whose worst financial decision was trusting the confident man on their screen. You are making $300,000 a month. You move Dana and your son into a gated community. Your mother finally lets you buy her a house. She cries when you hand her the keys. For a moment, you feel like the kid who made a promise. For a moment, the emptiness is gone. Then it comes back. You are working 18-hour days. You barely see your son. He is learning to walk, and you watch it on a video Dana sends you. You are in another hotel, in another city, closing another deal. You tell yourself it is temporary. You tell yourself you are doing it for them. The men above you said the same thing to their families. You are starting to sound like them. You are starting to become them. You do not slow down. You cannot. The machine is hungry, and you feed it everything. Level 7. The brand. The agency made money, but stayed invisible. You realize the real power was your name. A face people trust can sell anything, forever. You are 36 now. You stop being a marketer. You become a personality. You hire a content team that follows you everywhere. They film you waking up. They film you in the gym. They film you stepping off private jets you rented by the hour. Every clip is engineered to sell the dream. You post motivation in the morning. You post wealth in the afternoon. You post fake vulnerability at night. The vulnerability performs the best. You tell a sad story about your past. You cry on camera on purpose. The comments fill with love. You hire a psychologist, not for therapy, but to study trust. He teaches you about authority and reciprocity. He teaches you how to make strangers feel chosen. You use it on millions of people at once. He tells you it is manipulation. You pay him to keep calling it leadership. You have 2 million followers now. You are no longer selling a course. You are selling yourself as proof that the system works. You write a book. You did not really write it. A ghostwriter did. Your name is on the cover in gold. It becomes a bestseller because you bought 10,000 copies yourself. You go on podcasts. You get invited to speak at conferences. People wait in line to take a photo with you. A young man tells you that you changed his life. He has your book. He has your course. He is broke and hopeful and 19. You see yourself in his eyes. You smile and you sign his book and you say something inspiring. Inside, something turns. You recognize the exact hunger in his face, because it is the same hunger that once put you on a mattress on the floor. You drive home to the gated community. Dana is waiting. She has changed too. She knows what you really do now. She stopped pretending it was just marketing years ago. You do not talk about it. You talk about the new pool and your son's school. Your son is 6 now. He thinks his father is famous. He does not know why. You tuck him in and he asks if you are leaving again tomorrow. You are. You always are. You sit on the edge of his bed in the dark. You think about your own mother. You think about her swollen feet and the diner. You wonder when you became the man on the screen. You wonder if you can ever stop being him. Level 8. The Mogul. One brand was no longer enough. A single income stream felt fragile and small. You wanted to own everything around the dream you sold. You are 42 now. You build an empire. You launch a software company that promises to automate success. You launch a private credit card for entrepreneurs. You launch a real estate fund. You tell your followers to invest their savings with you. Some of them put their whole life into it. You buy actual mansions to film in. You buy real supercars now, not rented ones. You host a sold-out event in an arena. 5,000 people pay $1,000 each just to enter. You walk on stage to fireworks. You are the headliner. Other gurus open for you. The broke kid from the diner town is now the main event. You should feel triumphant. You feel hollow and exhausted. You have 100 employees. You have an accountant who manages money you cannot fully picture. You have a security detail because people online have threatened your family. You learn that being hated is part of being known. You learn to wear it like armor. You also have lawyers now, plural. There are lawsuits. People claim your software never worked. People claim your real estate fund lost their money. Most of it gets settled quietly. You sign agreements that admit nothing. You keep moving. You keep selling. A journalist starts investigating you. She interviews former clients. She finds the retired man, the single mother, and dozens of others. She publishes an article with your face on it. For 2 days, it trends everywhere. Your team buys good press to bury it. Within a week, the internet forgets. You learn that scandal is just weather. You have built something too big and too profitable for one journalist with the truth to ever bring down. Dana barely travels with you anymore. She stays in the mansion with your son. Your marriage is held together by comfort and your child. You both know it. Neither of you says it out loud. Your son is 12 now. He has a phone of his own. One day he asks you a question. He read something online about his father. He asks if it is true that you scam people. You look at your son. You think of every script and every closer and every desperate man. You tell him no. You tell him people are jealous of success. He wants to believe you. He is your son, so he does. That lie costs you more than any lawsuit ever did. Level 9. The Kingpin. Selling to the public had a ceiling. The desperate only have so much money to give. You found a richer vein. You started selling to the sellers. You are 50 now. You no longer sell courses to broke young men. You sell the blueprint to the men who sell courses to broke young men. You run a private mastermind for gurus only. The buy-in is $100,000 a year. You teach them your scripts. You teach them your funnels. You teach them how to cry on camera. You are the man at the top of the pyramid now. You are the man you once watched at 2 in the morning. You have become the source. Dozens of gurus owe their empires to you. They quote you. They thank you on stage. They name you as their mentor. You sit above the entire machine and watch it run. You hold a private retreat on an island for your top gurus. They sit at your feet and take notes. You tell them the secret you learned long ago. The product does not matter. The belief is the product. They write it down like scripture. You watch them and you see hungry, younger versions of yourself. You feel like a man teaching wolves to hunt. You used to think the men at the top were geniuses, and now you know they were just early. Money flows up from 1 million desperate people. It passes through layer after layer of sellers. A river of it ends at your feet. You are worth more than you can ever spend. You own homes on 3 continents. You barely visit any of them. You are tired in a way that sleep cannot fix. Your body aches. Old stress that never healed. You have not had a real conversation in years. Everyone around you is on payroll. Everyone who praises you also wants something. You think about Dana. She finally left 2 years ago. The divorce was quiet and expensive. You do not blame her. You stopped being a person she recognized a long time ago. Your son is 20 now. He is in college. He does not want your money. He told you that to your face. It is the most honest thing anyone has said to you in years. It haunts you. You sit in a mansion you do not love. You scroll your own feed. Millions of followers. Endless praise. You feel nothing. You realize you built a religion with yourself as the god. You realize you never believed a word of it. You realize the only true believer was the broke kid on the floor. You wonder where he went. Level 10. The Legend. You are 58 years old. Your name is an industry now. They teach your methods in rooms you will never enter. A whole generation of gurus learn to sell by studying the empire you built from a cracked phone and a borrowed credit card. You are a legend. Legends do not get to retire quietly, because the thing you built keeps moving without you. There are documentaries about you now. Some of them call you a visionary. Most of them call you a con man, and you have stopped arguing about which word is true. Maybe both are true. Universities study your funnels in marketing classes now. Regulators wrote new rules because of men like you. Your name appears in laws you will never read. You have more money than 10 lifetimes could spend, and none of it buys back a single thing you actually want. Your mother passed away 3 years ago. She died in the house you bought her, which is the one promise from your whole life you actually kept. You sat at her funeral in a suit worth more than her car, and you felt like the boy on the mattress again. Your son visits sometimes now. It took years, but he answers your calls. He has a child of his own, a little boy, and you are a grandfather you barely deserve to be. You hold your grandson, and you make him a quiet promise. You promise he will never have to become you to feel like he is worth something. You are not sure how to keep that promise. You sit alone most evenings in a glass house on a hill. You watch the sun go down over a city full of people who bought your dream. Somewhere out there, right now, a 19-year-old is lying on a mattress on the floor. His phone is cracked. The rent is late. A man on the screen stands in front of a rented car and tells him that school is a scam. He tells the boy he was broke once too. The boy believes him because believing is the only thing that does not cost money. He clicks buy. He feels sick. He feels hope. He has no idea what he is about to become. He will learn. They always do. The cycle continues.